Goran Visnjic moved here from Croatia only a year and a half ago, and now he stars as one of the compassionate and overworked doctors on the #1 hit TV drama in the world, including Croatia, ER. Goran Visnjic, better known as Dr. Luka Kovac. Did I do it all right, tough. Goran?
You did it really good.
Nice to see you. Good morning.
Good to see you too.
So tell me how it's going on ER. I mean, you came to this country a year and a half ago from Croatia, and you basically got a role as a result of the movie Welcome to Sarajevo. Is that right?
Yeah, I did a couple of things after Welcome to Sarajevo. It was like
Practical Magic, right?
Yeah, Committed with Miramax. Heather Graham was starring in that film, and then after that film, I decided, to go back in Croatia, definitely, because, money was expiring,
Yeah.
bank account was like, really? And I was like packing my stuff, and I said to my wife, we're leaving tomorrow morning, my agent is calling, and they just called me from ER, I was like, are we talking about the same ER, whatever, so I was like, okay. So I'm still here, it was like a year and a half ago.
And that must have been a thrilling call. And also I know that you've been very involved in developing your character because he is a doctor from Croatia. How do you get together with the producers and kind of figure out who he is and the storylines and all that?
Great. I mean, it's really good bunch of people there on the show, and writers are specifically really great. You have always amazing storylines and everything, and I didn't have any impact on my character's storyline too much. I was just basically advisor for Croatia, if you want to say it that way, And but before I came to show, we had big conversation about what we're going to do with the character, in next year or two, things like that. So basically, if they need some information about Croatia, they're going to call me and say, look, come on, let's grab a lunch, talk a little bit about your country, about some things you want to do, things like that. I brought on a set a bunch of books from my country and some, magazines to fill out in my apartment, when we had some flashbacks from Croatia, which we're going to see tomorrow.
Which is the 150th episode of ER, which is a very exciting thing. But also, I know you came up with your character's name because Luka is your nephew and Kovac is your best friend's last name, right?
You're well informed.
I have a very good producer who prepared me for this interview, so I know some of those things.
That's true.
A lot of people don't know that, and I didn't, frankly, that 80% of the people in Croatia do speak English. So it wasn't a huge obstacle. Obviously, it's not your first language, but It wasn't a huge obstacle for you to go ahead and be in an American dramatic series. But yet, I would think that with all the medical jargon and medical terms you have to bandy about on a weekly basis, it could be pretty challenging, no?
You know what? Medical jargon is not so tough like people think. It's more simple English language, some slang things I can't catch,
Right.
That's
lots of initials too and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's lots of some things that they're completely common for you guys, born in the States, and I'm what did you say? What? And some big words are just easy to say. They're based in Latin. They're not pronounced exactly like they were supposed to be in English language, so it's a little bit easier.
Part of the storyline for your character, who's really is a wonderfully compassionate doctor, is that one of his patients is a bishop who has lupus. And a lot of it is about the relationship that is developing between Dr. Kovac and this particular patient, isn't it?
Yeah, it's first I have to say it's really a pleasure to work with James Cromwell, who is playing a bishop. We were shooting this episode, and I had some really tough things to do, and he was really helpful. He did lots of things just to help me, off camera, and it was really wonderful experience working with him. But somebody told me today, I was coming on a show, and somebody told me oh, this is Luka Kovac, very serious and dark character of ER. And I'm okay, this thing gonna change after episode 150, because in this episode, all those things happening, they're gonna provoke some of memories from me losing my wife and kids in the war. I mean, my character, of course.
Right.
And after this episode, after something which will happen, which I'm not allowed to talk because producer's going to kill me.
Right.
We're going to have my character being more, let's say, I don't know how to put it, he'll be more happier in life.
Oh, good. And we'll learn a little more about his past.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. In last season, in one scene with Juliana Margulies, I was saying a little bit, I said to her, my character said, I lost my family in a war, you know, things like that, and that was it. I never said anything else. And in this episode, we're going to see exactly what happened. It'll be flashbacks.
So it should be pretty intense. Before we go on, let me just show a quick clip from tonight's show, and then we can talk a little bit more.
I can see it.
Are you looking for a little boy? Blue sweater. He's pinned. We have to cut him free. Can you get a BP? No room. Post is ready. How do I get in there? The roof.
Mr. Stoll, it's 95.
Make it 2 liters. Radio the IC. I need a metal cut before we transport.
Did they find him?
I think so.
Is he okay?
I don't know yet. What's his name?
Miles?
This must be such an exciting series to work on, and
is.
fun off the set, because the people in it are so great, aren't they? I mean, you guys must have some good times too,
yeah,
right?
it's sometimes it's just like, you know, it's too crazy, you know, working on some trauma scene, you know, you're supposed to be like, you know, like very serious, and then you see like so many things behind the stage going on, you know, it's like just crazy.
Hard to focus sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Well, congratulations on all your success with ER
Thanks.
and everything else. Any plans for the big screen anytime soon?
I just had a film on Sundance called The Deep End, and it was and it was bought from Fox Searchlight, and it'll be probably released summer or after summer.
Well, good luck
I
with
got
that.
film in London for this summer already hooked up, so
We'll be seeing a lot more of you, Goran Visnjic.
I hope so.
Good luck. Yeah, I hope so too.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. And of
Thanks.
course, ER airs Thursday nights at 10 p.m., 9 Central, right here on What a Surprise, NBC. Next up.